Hello, it's Jennifer Harding Marlin, an attorney that works at the law firm J.H. Marlin Law, a law firm in the Caribbean that specializes in citizenship by investment. So today's video is going to discuss the Antigua and Barbuda Citizenship by Investment program. It's a very popular option for families, and so this video is going to discuss the benefits, the timeline, the costs, a little bit more about what you need to know about Antigua and Barbuda and the Citizenship by Investment program. So Antigua and Barbuda is located in the Eastern Caribbean. The primary language spoken is English, so if you're someone who's English speaking and would like to relocate, everybody speaks English. There's 365 beaches in Antigua and Barbuda, so if you want to visit, you can visit a different beach for every single day of the year. I've spent quite a bit of time in Antigua, and the beaches are white sand, crystal blue waters, a very beautiful place to go on vacation and to visit. Tourism is one of the main industries, as well as the financial services industry. And for financial services industry, we've seen over the years that Antigua has been really supportive of the gambling industry, and sort of more high-risk businesses can locate or be incorporated in Antigua. For example, we've seen like FTX cryptocurrency exchange. You can look online and they're incorporated in Antigua, for example. So the Citizenship by Investment program has been operating for a number of years, and an increasing number of people are doing Antigua and Barbuda, the citizenship program. So some of the benefits are that you can include multiple family members in an application for citizenship. For example, if you're the main applicant, you can include dependent parents above the age of 55, as well as grandparents who are above the age of 55. You can include dependent children who are below the age of 30. What's really interesting about Antigua is that you can include siblings, and the siblings can be of any age, and they do not need to be financially dependent on the main applicant. They just cannot be married and cannot have children. And so we've seen a couple of cases where we've done a group of brothers, where one brother has a business in one state, and for example, another brother has a business in another state. We make the main applicant the person who has a family, and the other sibling who's not married and doesn't have children, even though they have their own business and their own life, they can also be included as a sibling. So this differs to other citizenship by investment programs. So Antigua is one of the most friendly towards siblings. It also does not come at additional cost of $20,000. So for example, if you want to include a sibling for the St. Kitts and Nevis program, it is an additional $20,000 for the sibling. So Antigua and Barbuda has visa-free to over 130 countries, including the UK, Schengen area, Hong Kong, Singapore. Which is really interesting is that Antigua has visa-free travel to South Africa. So not all of the citizenship by investment programs in the Caribbean have visa-free to South Africa. So if this is something that's really important to you, then Antigua and Barbuda might be an option. Given that COVID-19, there are certain restrictions in place, even if countries do normally have visa-free travel, it would be important to verify, because a lot of countries have COVID-19 bans altogether. So even if you have visa-free travel to that country, you might not be able to access that country. And so other benefits of Antigua and Barbuda is that it's a really tax-friendly country. There's no tax on worldwide income, there can be no personal income tax, there's no capital gains tax, so it's friendly towards cryptocurrency if you wanted to relocate and make Antigua your residence, your tax residence by spending time there. This could be an advantage to you and your family. You can include multiple family members, as I've already mentioned. So these are just some of the benefits of Antigua and Barbuda's citizenship. It also gives you the right to live there. You have all the same rights as a local citizen, with the exception of the right to vote, because over time there's probably eventually would be more citizenship by investment applicants than there are local citizens. So I'll talk about the different options that exist for Antigua and Barbuda citizenship. So one, which is oftentimes what we see is the most popular, is the donation option into the National Development Fund. So this starts at $100,000 for a single applicant or a family of four, but then there's additional processing fees of $30,000, and then there's also due diligence fees of $7,500 the main applicant, $7,500 the spouse, as well as due diligence fees for children above 18, children between 12 and 17, passport fees, legal fees, and other fees. So if you need a specific cost quotation, we'd be happy to provide that for you. And then as well, which is interesting about Antigua and Barbuda, as they've introduced the University of West Indies Fund. So this is something that was recently introduced in the past years. So it's really, if you're a big family, a family of 6, it's $150,000 inclusive of processing fees. And it entitles one person of the family within a certain time period to have a scholarship for 1 year to the University of West Indies. If you want more information about this, you can contact me at jennifer@jhmarlin.com, and I'll provide contact details below. So depending on your family structure will depend on the fees under the donation option. It takes around 6 months to obtain citizenship. In some cases, we've seen it be much shorter, and in some cases, provided documentation takes a while. It has been longer. And then there's also, in addition to the donation option, which is popular, there is the real estate option, which we have not really processed all that many under the real estate option. I think it's in part due to the fact that there's not that many real estate options compared to other citizenship by investment programs that have been operating longer, that have more real estate available to choose from. But the program for Antigua under the real estate starts at $400,000, and it needs to be government approved. So you cannot just go out and buy any real estate. It really needs to be government approved for citizenship by investment. And then there's another option, which we've actually never assisted with, but this is a business investment option. It starts at $1.5 million to $5 million. And so those are sort of a general overview of the different options, most popular being the donation, real estate, and business investment option. And so maybe I'll talk a little bit about the documentation requirements for Antigua. So unfortunately, Antigua is the program that requires the most documents and the most extensive in terms of documentation. So if you're someone that's disorganized and don't like to do a lot of documents, then you might want to go with another program. So Antigua and Barbuda requires apostles for all majority of documents required in the application, provided you are from a country that is or the documents originating from a country that's a member of the Hague Convention on Apostles. So we're happy to provide more information about that if you're doing the process. Sometimes they require tax returns or audited financial statements in order to show proof of funds. So Antigua is really big on seeing proof of funds. Either they'd like you to show it in a bank account and pay specifically from the bank account that you're showing proof of funds from, or if not, if you're going to sell an asset like real estate, you'll have to provide an affidavit and documentation that you're selling real estate to cover the fees to do the citizenship by investment program. Antigua, they require you to do a breakdown of your wealth on the AB forms, which are the main documentation forms that you need to fill out as part of the process. So you'll have to say how much real estate you have, how much investments you have, and breakdown of your net worth. And so these are just some of the overall requirements. You need a birth certificate, a national ID like a driver's license if you're an adult. You need valid passports. So a lot of people come to us wanting to do citizenship by investment, but they need a valid form of identification from their home country, so they need a valid passport. Which is interesting about Antigua is that they can process applicants from Iran, provided a person has lived outside of Iran for so many years, does not have business ties to Iran, and meets other specific requirements, such as like having left that country as a child. So other citizenship by investment programs might not be able to process certain applicants from certain countries, but they can for Antigua. So if you'd like to get more information about Antigua and Barbuda citizenship by investment, Grenada, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, we've helped clients with all different citizenship by investment programs all around the world. And we can also provide referrals if you'd like a referral to verify that we have helped a certain someone. We'd be happy to do so. You can contact me at jennifer@jhmarlin.com or visit our website, which still needs to be updated by jhmarlin.com. So have a good day, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. If you like this video, like and subscribe. All the best. Bye for now. Bye.